being multidimensional is a good thing. So when you start thinking about streams of income, think of multiple streams of income. I wanted to preach. I'm called to preach. You know me from preaching. You know me from ministering the gospel, and I love what I do. But I had dreams for my children that were bigger than what I do. I did not want my children to have to fake being me in order to be successful. I wanted to create an entrepreneurial environment for them, and so I started investing in real estate, and I started building communities, and I'm getting ready to build more communities in America, and I'm looking for other places in the world where we can build these communities, these smart communities that are conducive to the future. You do not build your business on where you are or where you've been. You build your business on where you're going. So then, if you are building for the future, then you have to reimagine your strategy. I'm going to give you a couple of big words, big words, like strategy. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to do it through a strategy. I got here through a strategy. What is a strategy? A synchronized step-by-step plan from point A to point B. Your strategy is important. You've got to fix your strategy. If you've been doing what you've been doing for 5 years and it's not working, it doesn't mean you need to give up your idea. You might need to give up your strategy. Your strategy of accomplishment has to change with the times. You may not have hit your customer yet, but that doesn't mean your customer's not out there. You've got to find somebody, and let me tell you who wants what you got. The person who wants what you have is a person who sees what you have as an answer to their problem. People will go get answers. They are not looking for problems. What do you solve with what you bring? And you don't have to have a degree to do this. It could be as simple as my father's mopping a bucket. My father ended up with 52 employees in the 60s because he built a business that solved a problem. Not all of us will be doctors. Not all of us will be chemists. Not all of us will be lawyers. Not all of us will be astronauts. But the astronaut still needs a plumber. The doctor still needs an electrician. Whatever your business is, it must be an answer to somebody's problem. It must solve that problem and fix that problem. And when you do whatever you do and you find yourself maxing out at what you do is not who you are. What you do is not who you are. What you do is not who you are. People say T.D. Jakes is a preacher. First of all, he wasn't always. Second of all, T.D. Jakes is a man. He is a man called to preach. See, when people give you titles, they imprison you. If I bought into that, I wouldn't have done almost $500 million worth of films at the box office.
Communications chairperson for the Fund for Social Justice and Economic Equity. And really, today has been something that many folks in this room have been working to get to for a number of months. So the vision for the fund is really to enact transformative change by providing tangible resources and knowledge in diverse communities across Houston. Our mission is fueled by partners including the Dow Corporation, Sistra, Verizon, Bracewell, Microsoft, Cigna, HMBT, Enterprise, Conrail, to name a few of our host foundations. And once again, we are here today and would like to give a very, very special thank you to Wells Fargo. Business grant portal funded by Wells Fargo with a $20 million contribution launches on August 9th at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Small business owners and nonprofit organizations will have the opportunity to apply for grants ranging from between $10,000 and $65,000. Yeah, it's a lot. This is a significant step towards achieving the Houston Equity Fund's goal of closing the economic gap that creates barriers to opportunity and growth. Once again, we'd like to thank Wells Fargo. An individual who really needs no introduction, but a true champion for this work throughout our city, and also our honorary chairman and co-founder of our organization, Houston's own Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Thank you very, very much. It's a wonderful day. We have made several announcements over the past year. I'm ecstatic to stand here with all of you to not just announce, but launch the Open for Business portal for those small businesses to access funds to keep the dream of business ownership alive and well in our city. Small businesses have an enormous impact for many communities throughout our city. These small businesses are their lifeline and what makes an area special and very unique. They also foster local economies, create jobs, and keep money local, which in turn supports our neighborhoods and our communities. These grants will strengthen Houston's nonprofits and enable them to catalyze growth and opportunity by addressing systemic inequalities and to help make lasting change in Houston at the grassroots level. We would not be here today if it wasn't for Wells Fargo. So give it up again to Wells Fargo. Starting August the 9th at 9 a.m. at HoustonEquityFund.com. And so now, let me turn the mic over to Wells Fargo, Ossie Munoz, Vice President of Social Impact, Sustainability, and Public Affairs for Greater Houston. Ossie.
Our focus was to provide financial support to racially and ethnically diverse small business owners who have been disproportionately affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. We often say that small businesses are the heart of our communities. They pump life into our neighborhoods, making them vibrant places to live, work, and raise our families, and they are the key to millions of local jobs. Throughout the pandemic, we saw small business owners face unprecedented economic challenges that caused many to have to shut their doors or quickly pivot to higher flow. As a company, we remain committed to fostering inclusive economic recovery and providing entrepreneurs with access to capital, experts, and resources to help them stay open, maintain jobs, and continue to grow. Through programs like the Wells Fargo Open for Business Fund, we combine our business expertise and resources to empower change, particularly in communities that are underserved, by opening economic pathways and helping small businesses thrive.
We have taken our time, we have been thoughtful, we've been deliberate, working with the Greater Houston Community Foundation, Rebecca and her team, to get all the legal, tax, and language issues resolved and all. So it's taken a lot of time to get to this point. And as everyone has said before me, I'm as ecstatic as they are that we're here now. The fruits of the partnership with Wells Fargo infused hope into the community and positively impacts business trajectory. Today's milestone is made possible by Wells Fargo, but it truly would not have been a possibility without my dear friend Mayor Sylvester Turner. Thank you again, Mayor Turner, for your support, your leadership, and for your innovation that brought us to this level of providing tangible solutions for our small business and nonprofit organizations.
Just for a moment before we roll out and this gets really busy in the streets over the next 3 years, I don't want it to be lost on us that these board members, inclusive of our president, Thomas Jones, Winnell, Lady Stephanie Page, Valerie Williams, let's see, Baron's not here, several, Vanessa Gilmore, help me, Paul Canning, Gerald Alley, Bernard Harris, and Gordon Bannister. Yes, I really do know all of their names. My point is this simply, to pause though and to really acknowledge that they are all volunteers, literally giving time, effort, their thoughts, pushback. We have some of the most difficult meetings, challenging conversations. They lend all of that to do an effort that is truly a hard work for them. So if you will please help me one more time to celebrate this amazing board. And then to you, Mayor Turner. A couple of, yes, you can sit down now, Thomas. Don't worry. He really does ask me that and stuff like that. Okay, my child now what I'm supposed to do now. Okay, Mayor Turner, a couple of sessions back, I said, you saw them before we could see them. And for that, we are grateful. You saw them before we could actually see them. And for that, we are grateful. It is not lost on this fund that you have a vision for small businesses and nonprofit organizations that existed before this moment in this room. So if you'll come up for just a moment. So when you look around the room, like Apache the Dough, will you raise your hand back there? The TK Company. There's Chef Barb over there. Chris Manson with Champs Company. On the floor, there's Carlton Hudson over there. Carlton, raise your hand even though your video. Risha Montgomery, where are you? Right there. Over here behind Candace with her cupcake business. Tamara, where are you? Back over there. You saw them before we could see them. But finally, we see them in rooms like this today. Yeah. And whether we ever say it in the news, moments like this do not often happen for vendors like this without people like you. Yeah. So I know this is so proud of just a casual conversation, like you have not done something tremendous. When we just call them, the hope in their voice, we can tangibly touch it. To really feel like I'm invited to come to a mayor's press conference, you have done something that has inspired hope in small businesses that but for people like you and this board, I don't know that they would be in press conferences of this magnitude. So thank you, Mayor Turner. Because we can run through this real quick and not really catch the magnitude of what is happening today. So everybody say with me, 0809 at 9. 0809 at 9. One more time, 0809 at 9. 0809 at 9. One more time, 0809 at 9. 0809 at 9. Now for some of you, it may be ordinary and everyday experiences that somebody opens a portal that will allow small businesses and nonprofits to apply